As you board, please move across your car to make room for everyone, and kindly offer available seating to those needing special assistance. If you're standing, please hold on to the handrails and stay clear of the doors. They will be closing in a moment. Thank you.
Hey, howdy, hey, and welcome to another episode of Disney Assembled. I'm Troy.
And I'm Mimi.
And we are your happy little father-daughter podcast, here to create joy and share our love for all things Disney. So, Mimi, before we get into this week's topic, which I think is a really cool and ambitious topic on our part, why don't you share with our listeners what you've done this week to get your Disney fix?
I've been watching a lot of Boy Meets World. Yeah.
Oh. How's that going?
It's fine. I mean,
there were a lot of seasons of Boy Meets World.
Yeah, there's 7 seasons. And then I fell asleep watching it. So I'm actually on season 5. And then I fell asleep. And the show just kept running. And it ended the series. And then it got lost. It wasn't on my continue watching anymore. And I was really confused.
Right.
So,
Yep. I've been watching Disney Plus too. Again, just my normal watching some of the old shorts. And I really want to start watching some of the new original program that's coming up. I just haven't had a whole lot of time doing that. We did watch as a family Spider-Man Homecoming, which
we
is
watched that last night.
Yeah, it's related, but sort of related because it was still when it was Sony and not, but Spider-Man's with Disney now, right? In the Marvel universe.
Yeah.
So I guess we can count that as part of our Disney fix. We should also point out that this is really exciting. More people are finding our podcast and seem to be really enjoying it, and which is great for us. And so I know one person in particular mentioned us on Twitter. Their Twitter handle is PixieDustPhD. So thank you for checking out our podcast and giving us a try. We hope you enjoy it. And we hope anyone who's listening to us for the first time enjoys the show. And if you're a returning listener, thank you for coming back for more. But what I can tell you, Mimi, is that one of the things that Pixie Dust PhD mentioned on Twitter is the Disney dad joke of the week, where it's, a little bit of cringeworthiness for the week.
People like that.
People like the Disney dad joke of the week. Believe it or not, they actually do enjoy it. And this week, we have another one. We're ready to go with. I am ready to go with it. I've actually made this one up myself.
Okay.
This is
well, the one last week wasn't horrible.
Wasn't horrible, but this is a Troy.
Good.
This is a Troy original Disney dad joke.
I thought last week's was an original too. That's what you said.
Well, this one's definitely original. I don't know. Last week may have been influenced by something I saw online, but this one I have not seen anywhere, so it's a real original. So let's get to this week's Disney dad joke of the week.
Oh boy!
Did you know that Donald Duck loves music? One of his favorite types of music to listen to is rap music. Do you know who Donald Duck's favorite rapper is?
No.
Daisy.
Huh?
Daisy.
Huh?
Daisy?
That's not funny.
That is. So there is this week's.
That's not funny because it doesn't relate to rappers that exist now. It's just
not Jay-Z, Daisy.
I forgot about Jay-Z.
Okay. So there you go. That's this week's Disney dad joke of the week.
I forgot about Jay-Z.
We apologize to anyone out there who was driving. The cringiness is at maximum level. So thank you for indulging us this week's Disney dad joke of the week. And at the end of today's show, after we get through our topic today, listen to us at the end and we'll explain where you can find us online and support the show and all that good stuff. But let's jump into this week's topic, because I think we have what is probably one of our more ambitious episodes here. And we hope it goes well.
You think this one's going to go viral? You're like, this is going viral.
I think this was a good idea. So this week on Thursday, so we're recording this on Sunday, but on Thursday of this week was International Friendship Day. And we didn't do much online with that. Normally we try to post something on our socials recognizing these things. We didn't do that this week, but instead what we've come up with, ladies and gentlemen, is the Disney assembled first annual Celebrity Pro-Am International Friendship Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup. We are ready. It's a tournament of champions. 24. We have picked 24 Disney friend pairs.
Can I intervene for a second?
Yes, go ahead.
So when he first read the name to me, I was like, that is so long. You have to make it shorter. And he was like, no, it's like part of the joke. People will get it. But like, I don't know. Some people, like, your jokes just kind of like go over people's heads.
It's just part of the fun, quite frankly.
The fun.
It's just part of the fun. So the way this will work is, and stay tuned at the end of the show for an important announcement about this, but what we will do is we have picked 24 Disney friend pairs, and we have put them in a computer, and the computer has spit out a single elimination tournament. At the end of the tournament, one Disney friend pair will be crowned the champion. They will win the cup.
Yeah.
And so how we will do this is we will go through the tournament one by one competition at a time, and Mimi and I will discuss Disney friend pairs, and we will decide who the winner will be going into the next round. We do not. Yeah,
those will be our personal opinion, but the way the brackets are set up was totally random.
Brackets were totally random.
And the pairs that got free passes to the next round were totally random. We did not.
Right.
Personally, I would have changed some of them, but like, we didn't make that.
Absolutely. So the top 8 seeds got a first round bye.
Yeah.
Right. And we didn't pick. This was all randomly assigned by the computer. Right. And so we have them all set up. So what we'll do is we'll go through all the Disney pairs. We'll introduce them as they enter the arena, and then we'll get started. And the way we'll decide who wins is you and I will sort of have a brief discussion, because there's a lot of them. We'll have a brief discussion on which Disney friend pair do we personally feel have the strongest relationship, the strongest bond, the ones that are more likely to be there for each other and overcome obstacles. And then ultimately, which ones we just get more joy out of watching on the screen, right? Which of the two do we feel we have the best connection with, that we feel is the funniest, or just our preference, right?
Yeah.
And then we'll move in. And if there's a tie, then we'll have to figure out how to do a tiebreaker. And then we'll go into the next round, and we'll keep going until there is one group left. So it is time to jump in to the Disney assembled first annual Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup. Mimi, our contestants have started entering the ring, and we'll start with the 24th seeded pair of, here it is. It's Ralph and Vanellope. Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope is the 24th seeded Disney Friends pair. Can you see who the next one is? Who's number 23?
Mike and Sully.
Here they come. They're waving to the crowd. They're excited. They've been working out. They've been waiting for this day their entire lives. At 22, the 22nd ranked team coming in behind Mike and Sully is Hero and Baymax. Flying in on the back of Baymax is Hero. Who's next? Who's 21?
Coming in at 21, Carl and Russell.
There they are, Carl and Russell floating in on the house full of balloons. We'll see if they can make it to the finals. Carl and Russell at number 20. The 20th seeded pair is Kuzco and Pacha. Kuzco and Pacha, here they come. Number 19, Mimi, do you see who number 19 is?
Peter Pan and Tinkerbell.
Yes, pixie dust all over the arena, ladies and gentlemen, as Peter Pan and Tinkerbell make their way into the ring area. At number 18, we have Ka-Chow, Lightning McQueen, and Mater. Number 17, who's coming in at number 17?
Pocahontas and Nakoma.
There they are, riding in at number 17, Pocahontas and Nakoma. Number 16, right behind them, another pairing from the forest, Robin Hood and Little John. There's Robin Hood and Little John waving to the crowd. Hey, guys. How you doing? Good to see you. Good luck out there, guys. Number 15, Mimi. Who do we have?
Gus and Jacques.
Oh, Gus and Jacques. You got to look really close. Get your binoculars out. They're kind of tiny, but they're a big, strong friendship, and they've made it into the tournament this week. Right behind them at number 14, we have Mowgli and Baloo, carrying with them only the bare necessities. Who's coming in at number 13?
Tiana and Charlotte.
Oh my goodness. Beignets for everyone. Tiana and Charlotte as they enter the arena. At number 12, right behind them, oh, it's Mulan and Mushu. Mulan and Mushu, thanks for joining us in our tournament this year. Waving to the crowd. At number 11, who do we have?
Pooh and Piglet.
Pooh and Piglet, the 11th ranked team. We're getting close to the top 10. The top 10 seeded teams are coming up. Who's coming in at number 10? And there he is on the Black Pearl, Jack Sparrow and Will Turner at number 10. Coming in at number 9, Mimi, who do we have?
Rounding out in the general admission teams, we have Flounder and Ariel.
Flounder and Ariel. Ariel on 2 legs, walking in with Flounder in a fishbowl, and they're ranked number 9. Now these next 8 all get a first round bye, and coming in at number 8, a favorite coming into the tournament, Buzz and Woody. Hey, howdy, hey, there they are. And at number 7, who do we have?
Aladdin and Genie.
Yes, Aladdin and Genie at number 7. Number 6, right behind them, we have Sven and Kristoff. Sven and Kristoff at number 6. And number 5 seeded team, who do we have?
A personal favorite, Rapunzel and Pascal.
Yes, Rapunzel and Pascal. Personal favorite of Mimi's. At number 4, Lumiere and Cogsworth waddling in to do battle in the Friends Arena. And at number 3,
Lilo and Stitch.
another fan favorite, Lilo and Stitch, coming in at number 3. The number 2 Disney Friends seed walking in or swimming in right behind them. We have Dory and Marlin, and our number 1 seed going into this year's tournament, walking in finally and waving to the crowd is
Timon and Pumbaa.
And there they are, and they're all of our 24 pairs are taking their place around the Disney assembled arena, getting ready to do their battle to see who will be the first annual Disney Assembled Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup winner. Congratulations. They're all winners to start with, right?
Yeah.
They're all winners in our hearts. But here we go. We're going to get started with the first round of the competition, and we will have to go to the, where is number 24 on our, there it is. So we're going to go with number 24, Ralph and Vanellope, facing off in the first round against the 9th seeded Flounder and Ariel. The 9th seeded Flounder and Ariel versus Ralph and Vanellope. So Mimi, let's start with Flounder and Ariel. Who do you think out of those two, between Flounder and Ariel and Ralph and Vanellope, who do you think is the stronger of the friend pairs, and who should advance to the next round?
Well, I don't know if it's as simple as that. Like, they have like Flounder has this kind of like, I don't know. It's very maternal between Ariel and Flounder, but when it comes to Ralph and Vanellope, it's more like, it's not exactly paternal, but it's more like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, it's more of a friendship than it is, something of a higher level.
Well, which of those two pairs brings you the most joy when you see them on screen?
Ralph and Vanellope.
And which of those two pairs do you believe has the strongest bond between the two of them based on their experiences together?
Flounder and Ariel.
And
like, it's very...
So I'm going to go with, I think Ralph and Vanellope deserve to make the big upset in the first round, because even though Flounder and Ariel are very tight and good friends and make everyone very happy, Ariel gets in a lot of trouble. She doesn't listen too easily. She didn't listen to her father.
And she ditched everyone in the ocean.
Right. And she kind of
For
turned her
Prince
back
Eric.
on all of them and went on her own, and then ended up having to, re-find her relationship.
Right. She ended up needing help. So, I think Ralph and Vanellope are the advanced,
And I think
Well,
Ralph and
advanced.
Vanellope's adventures in their movies have brought them really, really close together. And I would agree with you. So in the first round of competition, the first competition between 9th ranked Flounder and Ariel and 24th ranked Ralph and Vanellope, we have an upset, and Ralph and Vanellope will go on to round 2. All right, the second match. We have the 23rd ranked Mike and Sully from Monsters University or Monsters Incorporated facing off against the 10th ranked Jack Sparrow and Will Turner. So what do you think, Mimi? Who do you think is going to move on to the next round in this one?
I don't know. This one's also pretty hard. Like Mike and Sully are really close. They've been close since college, but like they both like I don't know. Sully didn't really like Mike in the beginning. Will didn't really like Jack in the beginning, and then I feel like Mike and Sully grew closer, and Jack and Will didn't necessarily get super close. You know, like they weren't like best buds at the end of the movies, but they were friends, and so that's why I think Mike and Sully should advance because they're like best friends through thick and thin. They work together on everything, and Jack and Will just aren't. They don't have the strongest bond.
I would agree with you. I think Mike and Sully are the better friend pairs than Jack and Will. I think Jack and Will are great individual characters, but I think in the long run, Mike and Sully's friendship lasts the test of time, and there's not a lot of selfishness between Mike and Sully, whereas Jack and Will each have their own individual agendas at times that gets in the way. So Mike and Sully, the 23rd ranked team, defeats the 10th ranked team, Jack Sparrow and Will Turner, another upset in the first round. So let's move on to the next pairing. We have the 22nd ranked Hero and Baymax facing off against the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet.
Okay, well, this one's no brainer. Pooh and Piglet. I don't even have to think about this one. Pooh and Piglet, all the way.
Hero and Baymax went through a lot, and there's a big friendship there that developed. But I have to tell you, I agree with you. I think the friendship between Pooh and Piglet is iconic. It stands the test of time. And as much as I do love Hero and Baymax together, I think we have the first of our favorites that have moved on to the next round. I agree. Pooh and Piglet. There's a lot of wisdom in Pooh and Piglet, especially for people in managing relationships. And so Pooh and Piglet, the 11th ranked team, moves on to the next round. The next competition, the next matchup, the 21st ranked Carl and Russell versus the 12th ranked Mushu and Mulan.
I don't entirely know what to say about this one. Like both of the friendships individually aren't super strong in my opinion. Like when you think of like Disney friends, like you think of Pooh and Piglet. Like you don't necessarily think of Carl and Russell and Mushu and Mulan. But like Carl and Russell is also very paternal. And it's less of like a friendship and more like a father-son kind of bond, which is why I'm gonna have to say Mushu and Mulan.
See, I'm going to go the opposite way. I think Carl and Russell have the better relationship. I think they had to work the hardest to develop it. I think they had to work the hardest to understand each other. And I think at the end of the day, each of them fulfills a role in each other's lives that they need. Even though I do agree with you, Mushu and Mulan, that's a strong friendship. That's a strong bond there. But I think without Mushu, Mulan would still be a powerful princess and a powerful warrior. I don't know if Carl and Russell would be as strong a character without the other. So we have an interesting dilemma here. You think Mushu and Mulan should move on. I think Carl and Russell should move on.
I mean, you have a point, like, Mulan would still be Mulan without Mushu, but she might not be alive. Like, Mushu kept her and guided her through everything that she needed help with. Yes, she's strong, but he still made everything work.
Well, in case of a tie, we happen to have a coin here in front of us, so maybe we'll just do a coin toss on this one because we both presented strong arguments one way or the other. So we had a coin here. Heads, Carl and Russell move on. Tails, Mushu and Mulan move on.
All right.
Ready? Here we go. Coin toss. And it is...
Heads.
Heads. Carl and Russell, congratulations. It was a tough one, but you're going to move on to the next round as the underdog, defeating Mushu and Mulan. The next pairing is the 20th ranked Kuzco and Pasha against the 13th ranked Tiana and Charlotte.
Oh, Tiana and Charlotte. Okay, so this one goes super deep, right? Charlotte grew up rich. She had everything she could ever want. And she was still a loyal friend to Tiana. She wanted the prince and she gave the prince up so that Tiana could have her restaurant. She is so much thicker of a character than she gives off. Like you have to look into her, right? And Cusco and Pacha aren't that. They're not friends. Personally, I don't really like that movie, but Tiana and Charlotte, I love The Princess and the Frog, and their friendship is something it's indescribable.
I think there's a lot of love out there for Cusco, excuse me, and Pacha, especially Marty on our Facebook group. Marty wrote in, she predicted Cusco and Pacha would win, but I'm going to have to go with you, Mimi, on this one. I think Tiana and Charlotte were longtime friends from childhood, and I think that's just a strong bond there that is just going to last the test of time. And so, Tiana and Charlotte, congratulations. You're moving on to the next round. And so we'll go now to the 19th ranked Peter Pan and Tinkerbell facing off against the 14th ranked Mowgli and Baloo. What do you think?
This one's really hard. But okay, I think Baloo is really selfish. I think he stole Mowgli away for selfish purposes and, tried to like protect him from what he needed to do. Whereas Tinkerbell and Peter Pan, they need each other, right? And it's not one sided. But like Mowgli and Baloo's friendship, it's I don't know. I don't know. This one's hard.
I like Mowgli and Baloo a lot. I think they overcame a lot. They became friends. But at the end of their time, Mowgli goes back to the man village, and I guess Baloo will always be his friend. Baloo did, somewhat sacrifice himself trying to fight Shere Khan off, to
Yeah.
protect Mowgli. But then you got Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, and there's just something about Peter Pan and Tinkerbell. Peter Pan is one of our favorite characters. Tinkerbell was jealous of Wendy, but when it all was said and done, Peter Pan and Tinkerbell have a great deal of respect for each other. So
Yeah, there's just something about him that is so different than anything else in the Disney universe that
yeah,
it just sets them apart.
This is a tough one. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Peter Pan and Tinkerbell on this
Yeah,
one. I
same.
just think that I think they're just the way they make me feel is a little bit stronger than Mowgli and Baloo. So we're moving right along, and now we're at the number 18th ranked Lightning McQueen and Mater against the 15th ranked Gus and Jacques. Gus and Jacques from Cinderella to Mice.
Well, they don't really have a friendship with each other. They have a friendship with Cinderella, which is if this was Cinderella and Gus, it would be a different conversation. But it's not. Gus and Jacques work together. They're friends, but they're not best buddies. Lightning McQueen and Mater are best friends. They are solid friends, and they're friends the entire 3 or 4 movies. I don't really know. There's too many Cars movies, but that's not the conversation we're having.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think Gus and Jacques are great characters, but I think the friendship between Lightning McQueen and Mater just really makes for, I don't know. I think they were more central characters, whereas Gus and Jacques were secondary characters in that movie. So we're going to go with Lightning McQueen and Mater moving on into the next round there. Congratulations to them. And before we go any further, I do want to tell our listeners, there's a copy of the bracket we're using on our Instagram page. We shared it on Instagram. But if you're on our Twitter or Facebook feed, you can also just find the link to our Instagram photo there. So the brackets are available. If you are listening and you want to follow along with the bracket, then by all means, go to our Instagram page and take a look at that. The next round, or not the next round, but the next matchup is the 17th ranked Pocahontas and Nakoma versus the 16th ranked Robin Hood and Little John.
I'm gonna have to say Robin Hood and Little John. I don't really have a reason. Just something about their friendship is so different. I don't know. I don't really have any reasoning.
So these are really tough because all of the Disney friends are great. I mean, none of these are bad friends. None of these do we think are bad matchups. But I just think, I agree with you. I think, quite frankly, I just like Robin Hood as a film better than Pocahontas. And it makes me feel better seeing Robin Hood and Little John do their thing. So Robin Hood and Little John.
Robin Hood and Little John are friends in the original book, right? They're a pair. And Pocahontas and Nakoma, that didn't happen in real life. So I automatically have this kind of like prejudice against it because I feel like they definitely exploited her story. And yes, she needs a little friend, but like, I don't know. It doesn't stay true to the actual story, which is what makes me angry about it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Pocahontas is a good film, but it's not one of our favorites. And Robin Hood is one of our favorites. So we're going to move forward with Robin Hood and Little John. And that completes the first round. And now we get into the second round where the top 8 have to compete. And so we'll start off here with the 8th ranked Buzz and Woody, which were, by the way, people who wrote in this weekend on our socials. Buzz and Woody, our friend Danny that we talked to in one of our episodes, Danny thought Buzz and Woody would be a contender to win the whole thing, as well as on Instagram at Walt's Office. At Walt's Office responded to our Instagram story, and they predicted Buzz and Woody as a big favorite in this competition. So
Buzz and Woody is a favorite going into this competition.
Buzz and Woody are tough, and they're facing off in this round against Ralph and Vanellope.
Oh, well, that's a no-brainer.
So
Buzz and Woody, like Ralph and Vanellope are definitely connected, but Buzz and Woody is unlike anything else.
Yeah, Buzz and Woody.
If you don't say Buzz and Woody, you're wrong. I'm sorry.
One of the best buddies stories in all of the Disneyverse is Buzz and Woody. I love Ralph and Vanellope, but I agree with you. Buzz and Woody's friendship has lasted a long time, and it's as strong as ever. And there they go. They're going to move on to the next round. Buzz and Woody dispatching of Ralph and Vanellope. The next is the 7th ranked Aladdin, excuse me, Aladdin and Genie. The 7th ranked Aladdin and Genie versus the 23rd ranked Mike and Sully. What do you think?
Oh, no. I don't know. What do you think?
I like Mike and Sully, but Aladdin is one of the best Disney movies of all time. And Genie is one of the best characters in a Disney movie.
Robin Williams.
I know. So as much as I love Mike and Sully, and I do like Monsters, Inc., I think Aladdin and Genie deserve to move on to the next round.
I agree with you.
So Aladdin and Genie, thank you, Mike and Sully. We appreciate your participation, but you will be heading back home with your consolation prize, and Aladdin and Genie are moving on to the next round. The next matchup, the 6th ranked Sven and Kristoff against the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet.
Okay, personally, I would not have Sven and Kristoff in this 6th ranked spot, but it was not our choice. It was computerized. But yeah, Pooh and Piglet, definitely no brainer. Before we even move on into the next round, I think I'm going to put in my prediction. I think we're going to have Pooh and Piglet up against Buzz and Woody.
All right, Mimi making her prediction, Pooh and Piglet against Buzz and Woody in the finals.
Who will come out on top? I have no idea.
I agree with you on this round in particular. I like Sven and Kristoff. I think if you're a Frozen fan, you're really connected to them. But Pooh and Piglet, man. I mean, that's a friendship for the ages.
That and Frozen isn't about Sven and Kristoff. It's about Anna and Elsa.
True.
Winnie the Pooh is about Pooh and his friends.
True.
So it's like it pushes that friendship on an even further level.
Yep, I agree with you. There. All right, next matchup, the 5th ranked Rapunzel and Pascal, one of your early favorites, against the 21st ranked Carl and Russell.
I'm going to have to say Rapunzel and Pascal. I like Carl and Russell. I mean, okay, Pascal's kind of annoying, yes, and he's not always the best character. But like neither is Carl. And I feel like Rapunzel and Pascal, come on, they were stuck in a tower together for 18 years. Carl and Russell went on one adventure to South America together.
And Pascal tripped Mother Gothel.
And killed her, yes.
And saved Rapunzel.
Yes.
So Rapunzel and Pascal, congratulations. You're moving on to the next round. Carl and Russell will be floating back home in their balloon carried house away from Paradise Falls. Thank you for participating, Carl and Russell. The next round is
Lumiere and Cogsworth versus Tiana and Charlotte.
Yes, the 4th ranked Lumiere and Cogsworth against the 13th ranked Tiana and Charlotte. Who do you got?
I have Tiana and Charlotte because Lumiere and Cogsworth, they're not friends. Okay, like they're friends, but they don't really like each other. You can see it. Like they're kind of like, like back and forth with each other. Like, they're like on and off friends, but like they get in, little fights. It's hard to explain. I don't really know the word for it. Frenemies is the wrong word.
Yep. And they get along well. They help Belle out. But I am going to agree with you. I think Tiana and Charlotte moving on in the next round, they are really tearing through the competition.
Yeah,
Tiana and Charlotte.
Individually, Lumi and Cogsworth are like top tier characters, but them together don't make the best pairing.
Right. The next matchup is the 19th ranked Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, which was a really tight one in the first round, up against the 3rd ranked Lilo and Stitch. And Lilo and Stitch got some love early on. Andrew from our Facebook group, Andrew predicted Lilo and Stitch would come out on top in the competition. But who do you have here in this matchup?
I have Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, but I sense you're thinking differently. You always make me tell my opinion first. You go first sometimes.
I think Lilo and Stitch is going to come out on top here. I like Peter Pan and Tinkerbell, but Peter Pan and Tinkerbell did have their problems. Tinkerbell has a tendency to be a little selfish and jealous. Peter Pan has a tendency to be a little absent-minded and sort of childish. Of course, he's a child. But Lilo and Stitch, Ohana, and Ohana means family.
Okay,
and family
but
means you don't
Peter
leave,
Pan and
you don't leave
Tinkerbell
family
are something
behind.
for the ages. That is okay. I guess you've got a point. If it was Peter Pan and Wendy, I think it would be different. But I don't know. I'm really torn on this one, but so let's just go with Lilo and Stitch.
I think Lilo and Stitch are going to move on to the next round. The 3rd ranked Lilo and Stitch with a strong showing so far. The next matchup, the 2nd ranked Dory and Marlin against the 18th ranked Lightning McQueen and Mater.
I don't know. This one's just, I like Finding Nemo and I like Cars, but I don't really feel too strongly about either of them. So this makes it really hard for me to have an opinion on their friendship just because I don't really feel one way or the other about any of them.
Let me help out then. Finding Nemo, I think, is a better movie than Cars.
Yes,
even
definitely.
though I love both of them.
I don't like Cars at all.
However, I never really thought the Dory and Marlin friendship, it was one of convenience, not one of mutual respect. And maybe by the end of the movie, some mutual respect.
Yeah,
but
it was
essentially,
never developed.
Right. Once Marlin finds Nemo, there's not a whole lot other than the fact that he went through all this with Dory.
Yeah, there's
to make him stay with
connecting
Dory.
them.
But Lightning McQueen and Mater are best friends. They are best friends. And they travel the world together and they've been through their ups and downs. But if it was me, I think Lightning McQueen and Mater are pulling the upset again and dispatching the 2nd ranked Dory and Marlin to move on into the next round.
Okay, yeah, you've got a point.
So Dory and Marlin, we love you. We love the movie, but maybe next year we'll feel a little bit differently and you move on. And finally, in the last matchup of this round is the 17th ranked Robin Hood and Little John versus the top ranked Timon and Pumbaa. Who do you got?
Timon and Pumbaa.
Tell us why.
Okay, well, they took in Simba and raised him, first of all, and they did it together. It's for at least, I don't know, let's just say 11 years, they raised a lion cub, and they were obviously together beforehand, and they both went through some kind of trauma that brought them together. Robin Hood and Little John are just work together, they're friends, they work together. Timon and Pumbaa have something deeper than that.
I can go with that. I love Robin Hood and Little John, but I do think Timon and Pumbaa, their friendship, they connected well with the audience. They even had their own, television series for a while.
Yeah, and they had their own movie, own separate movie.
So I agree. The top ranked Timon and Pumbaa, congratulations. You're moving on into the next round, which I think is the quarterfinal round here. And so just to recap to all of our listeners who are remaining, we have the top ranked Timon and Pumbaa. We have the 8th ranked Buzz and Woody, the 5th ranked Rapunzel and Pascal, 13th ranked Tiana and Charlotte, the 3rd ranked Lilo and Stitch, 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet, 7th ranked Aladdin and Genie, and the 18th ranked Lightning McQueen and Mater. And so we move into the quarterfinal round. And we will start with that last matchup, 7th ranked Aladdin and Genie against 18th ranked Lightning McQueen and Mater.
Aladdin and Genie.
Tell us why.
I don't have any reasoning. I shouldn't have to have any reasoning for that one.
I'll have to agree with you. I love Lightning McQueen and Mater. They've made a great showing of themselves so far, coming all the way from 18th ranked. You know, they were the underdog in round 1. They were the underdog in round 2, but they've come up against a juggernaut with Aladdin and Genie.
Yeah,
Aladdin and Genie are going to move on to the next round in our competition. The next matchup, the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet, which have come out of nowhere to really take on the competition.
What do you mean come out of nowhere?
Well, they've come out of the 100-acre wood to take on the competition, and then the third versus the 3rd ranked Lilo and Stitch.
Okay, Lilo and Stitch are family, whatever. You can tell it to me all you want. Pooh and Piglet are iconic, and you cannot change my mind. You cannot change my mind.
All right, well, I know better than to argue with a teenager who has made up her mind, and we're going to go with the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet, Lilo and Stitch with again, strong showing. Maybe next year they'll move a little further.
They have a strong argument, but it's Pooh and Piglet and nothing.
You've kind of already made up your mind. You think Pooh and Piglet are going to be in the finals before we even got there.
Regardless of that, Lilo and Stitch are not beating Pooh and Piglet.
All right, well, I just want to make sure you don't have a Pooh bias.
I don't.
Okay. Do you have a Piglet bias?
No.
All right.
If anything, I would have a bias towards Lilo and Stitch.
All right. So Pooh and Piglet are moving on to the next round. The next competition, the next pairing, the 13th ranked Tiana and Charlotte against the 5th ranked Rapunzel and Pascal.
Your opinion first.
See, I know you're torn on this because you love both of these equally. I'm going to say Tiana and Charlotte. And here's why. I think Tiana and Charlotte's friendship, well, that's a tough question.
Exactly. This is a really hard one.
I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to say Rapunzel and Pascal.
Why?
Because they were stuck in that tower together for 18 years, and at no point did it seem like they got on each other's nerves so much. Like, you could have easily have dispatched Pascal out the window if he started to annoy you in 18 years, right?
Literally.
So I think Pascal and Rapunzel had a strong friendship. I don't know how Pascal feels now. I guess he's gotten along with Maximus and Flynn, but I think it's just a tough one. I'm going to go with Rapunzel and Pascal.
I think I want to agree with you, but I also feel like it's Tiana and Charlotte. This one's really hard. This is a coin. This one's a coin flip.
All right. We've already had one coin toss. We're going to do another one.
Really hard.
All right. Heads is Rapunzel and Pascal. Tails will be Tiana and Charlotte. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go. Flipping the coin. Catch the coin.
Heads.
It's heads. So Rapunzel and Pascal, congratulations. You win the coin toss to move on to the next round into our semifinal round. In the final of our quarterfinals, the final matchup, and this one will be a tough one too. 8th ranked Buzz and Woody against top ranked Timon and Pumbaa.
Okay, so I really want to say Buzz and Woody. I really do, because it's Buzz and Woody. But Timon and Pumbaa have been together for so long. You know, so long.
Well, Toy Story's song is "You Have a Friend in Me." The whole concept is about the friendship.
True. The whole point is about this. I'm also really torn on this one. I think I'm gonna have to say Buzz and Woody.
I'm gonna go with Buzz and Woody.
Yeah.
I just think Buzz and Woody.
It's not
nothing wrong with Timon and Pumbaa, but Buzz and Woody are going to be the ones that we go forward with in this round. All right. So to recap where we are and to go into the semifinals, we have the 8th ranked Buzz and Woody, the 5th ranked Rapunzel and Pascal, the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet, and the 7th ranked Aladdin and Genie. The final 4. It's going to get really hard really quick.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to start off with the 7th ranked Aladdin and Genie against the 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet.
Okay. So I know you think I'm biased or whatever, but Pooh and Piglet, the entire movie, is about their entire franchise is about their friendship. Aladdin and Genie weren't really friends until the end.
Well, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I think they're both strong cases. I think Aladdin is a strong case. Pooh and Piglet are a strong case. Maybe if it was Aladdin and Jasmine, maybe next year
No.
Aladdin will tag team with Jasmine. I don't know, but
I would.
I think
Aladdin and Jasmine would be knocked out earlier, personally.
you think so.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think? You're going with Pooh and Piglet.
Pooh and Piglet.
So confirmation bias is at play here.
It's not a bias.
Confirmation bias. Pooh and Piglet, dispatch of Aladdin and Genie, get back in the lamp. We'll see you in 10,000 years. Well, or maybe next year's competition. We'll see. All right, next matchup in the semifinal round to choose who faces Pooh and Piglet in the finals is the 8th ranked Buzz and Woody versus the 5th ranked Rapunzel and Pascal.
What do you think?
I just think Buzz and Woody are the better friend pair
Yeah.
than Rapunzel and Pascal. I think just looking at the two, just those four.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Buzz and
have
Woody.
to. Yeah, I'm like kind of biased to Rapunzel and Pascal, but like Buzz and Woody are so much stronger. You know, it's Buzz and Woody. Come on.
I know. It's tough to bet against them after everything they've been through. All right, ladies and gentlemen, to recap where we are at this point, we're in the finals.
And I was very right about my prediction.
Well, imagine that. So in the finals of the Disney Assembled first annual Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup, we have the 8th ranked Buzz and Woody facing off against 11th ranked Pooh and Piglet. All right. This is tough.
This one is tough.
Who is bringing home the cup? Buzz and Woody or Pooh and Piglet?
This one's hard because, like, both movies, Toy Story and Winnie the Pooh, the original, I guess, are about the friendships between the main characters, right? Winnie the Pooh, his whole thing is he's friendly and he's kind and he's loving. And then Buzz and Woody were not friends in the beginning. They hated each other, and now they're best buds and they do everything together. If we were to talk about which bond we think is stronger, well, I'm gonna have to say Pooh and Piglet, because Pooh and Piglet are both extraordinarily selfless and would do anything for a friend. Now, Woody and Buzz necessarily aren't. They get in fights a lot. They didn't like each other in the beginning. They still butt heads. I don't know. I think it's, yes, arguing is healthy for relationships, but it's Pooh and Piglet are meant to be together by nature.
Well, I should point out that whoever wins this year's tournament automatically gets seeded next year as the number 1 seed, because they will have already won a tournament.
Yeah.
So whoever wins this round,
but we can't use the same characters.
Well, they'll have to be the same because they were the winning team. So we have to be Pooh and Piglet if they win next year as the number 1 seed, or Buzz and Woody next year as the number 1 seed.
What do you think?
This is a tough one because I think somewhere in the background, Tigger and Eeyore are bouncing and moping about why they weren't a part of the competition, and maybe they can jump in next year. Buzz and Woody are there. I think there's Jesse and Rex and Mr. Potato Head and Ham, and they're all cheering. And so both of these pairs have a strong friendship group behind them, an extremely strong and loyal friendship group behind them. One of them has a longer relationship because they've been around longer. Yeah. One of them is a Pixar creator duo, friends. The other is not an original Disney, but Disney brought known these characters to life in the particular Disney format. I think the children of today are probably more familiar with Buzz and Woody than they are of Pooh and Piglet. They probably know Pooh and Piglet, but they've probably watched more Toy Story stuff.
Saying that anything is stronger than Pooh and Piglet doesn't feel natural. It doesn't feel right. Like, I feel something when I watch Pooh and Piglet, and I just like, oh, that's a fun friendship when it's Buzz and Woody. Like, I don't connect. Maybe that's because I don't resonate with Buzz and Woody as much. Toy Story came out, like before I was born, but I still as you know, growing up, y'all not pushed, but I was drawn more to Winnie the Pooh than I was to Toy Story and that kind of franchise. So maybe I am biased for Pooh and Piglet, but looking at it, I feel that they are stronger than Buzz and Woody.
It is a tough choice. They both have strong cases to be this year's champion. So here's a tiebreaker question to you, Mimi. You have the power in your hands.
Okay.
You are at a Disney park. In front of you are two paths.
That's not fair. The characters are so creepy.
One path leads you to a meet and greet with Buzz and Woody, and one path leads you to a meet and greet with Pooh and Piglet.
Okay, that's not fair because, as we said in another episode, I'm not going to Buzz and Woody because the characters are creepy looking. I'm not going to Buzz and Woody.
So it sounds like to me that in a tough competition where both sets of friends have equally strong cases to be this year's champion.
Come on, you saw me in 2017. I went running to Pooh and Piglet after Splash Mountain.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to this year's the Disney assembled first annual Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup goes to Pooh and Piglet, representing the 100-Acre Wood. Congratulations, Pooh and Piglet. I am clapping for you. There's Mimi. Are you going to clap for them? Congratulations. And here comes the Fab Five. Oh, there's Mickey and Minnie, Goofy, Donald, Daisy. They're coming to present Pooh and Piglet with their medals and with their laurel wreaths. And the fireworks are going off. There is confetti all over. Here come all the Disney friends out to congratulate them. They're all clapping and giving them hugs. We're all friends in the Disneyverse. Look, there's Pocahontas congratulating them. Mowgli and Baloo. Oh, look that's great sportsmanship out there on display, Mimi. Look at them congratulating Pooh and Piglet. Look, here comes Christopher Robin out of the stands with Tigger and Eeyore. Congratulations, Pooh and Piglet, the winners of the first annual Disney Assembled Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup. You are the champion for the year, and you go into next year as the number one seed in the second.
There's just something about Pooh and Piglet that is so different than anything else. I don't know.
Pooh and Piglet, congratulations. You guys fought off some tough competition. To recap your journey to the championship, you dispatched Eero and Baymax in round one. You were the underdog there. In round two, you were also the underdog to Sven and Kristoff, where you sent them back to the frozen tundra, and in the next round defeated the third-ranked Lilo and Stitch to face the seventh-ranked Aladdin and Genie in the semifinals, and then in the finals, just defeating Buzz and Woody. Pooh and Piglet were the underdog in every single round of the competition. Congratulations.
Not the first one. They're 11th ranked.
Yeah, but Hero and Baymax were the 22nd ranked. Oh, that's right. They were the favorite. So they were the favorite in the first round, but after that, they had to climb uphill. So congratulations to Pooh and Piglet. A well-deserved win. Your trophy is being presented to you, so you can bring it back to the 100-Acre Wood and put it on display. Keep away all the heffalumps and woozles. Well, there you go.
Do you have a prediction for next year? I know it's kind of ambitious.
Prediction for next year, we may have some different friend pairs that get put into the mix there. Yeah. Obviously, there are a lot of Disney characters we didn't add. I mean, things like Bambi and Thumper.
Yeah.
Comes to the top of my mind. Things like that. So
Alice and the Hatter.
Very good. So we have some Disney friends who might qualify. We may expand the tournament to more teams next year.
I see Aladdin going further next year. Aladdin and Genie. I see them. If they weren't going up against Pooh and Piglet, if they were going up against anyone else, I feel like they would have advanced.
Absolutely. I think this is fantastic. I had a lot of fun doing this episode. So here are some special announcements. We said there'd be some special announcements at the end of the episode, and so here they are. So to all of you who are listening out there, Mimi and I have a little bit of an interest. We were wondering about doing a t-shirt design or a merch design specifically for this tournament. So if you are someone who does that kind of graphic design work and you'd like to submit an idea for a graphic design that we can use advertising, or at least putting out there the Disney Assembled First Annual Celebrity Pro-Am International Friends Day Disney Friends Tournament of Champions Cup, you want to put something together, share with us, go ahead and send us an email at disneyassembled@gmail.com. We'll be happy to take a look at that. And if your design is chosen and we decide to go forward with it on our merch shop, we'll make sure we share your contact information in our future show and give you all the credit for designing that particular piece. Second important announcement, Mimi, it's something we're going to do differently this week to our friends out there. So if you are listening to this show, if you take a screenshot of the show being played while you're listening to it, take a screenshot of that and share it on Instagram and tag us on Instagram. We will put everyone who does that, we'll put all of your Instagram tags in a hat. We'll draw a name and we will DM the winner. And to the winner who does that, when we pick your name, we will send you a Disney Assembled sticker, right? We will send you a sticker in the mail. So in order to qualify for that, you can take a screenshot of yourself, or not screenshot of yourself, screenshot of your screen while listening to this episode, tag us in your Instagram post. And all of you who do that, your name will be entered into a drawing for a Disney Assembled sticker. And we'll also throw in as a special prize a copy of the bracket that Mimi and I used and wrote on. And we will autograph the bracket for you to mount on your favorite spot in your house with Mimi and my autograph. So you'll get the sticker and the autograph bracket. So to do that, screenshot yourself listening, screenshot the show being played, and tag us and share that on Instagram this week. We would appreciate it. So other than that, Mimi, how else can people find us and follow us online?
They can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, all at Disney Assembled.
And YouTube. Absolutely.
And they can send us an email, disneyassembled@gmail.com. And if you guys want to support the show further, you can buy our t-shirts and masks from tpublic.com. Search up Disney Assembled. You should see our logo. And then Patreon, $5 a month for Patreon content, which we will start putting up there.
Yes, we're trying to build up a patron number so we can start sharing Patreon exclusive content. And the links to all that will be in the show notes. So go ahead and look in the show notes if you want to support us in that way. If not, no big deal. Continue to listen to the show. Well, Mimi, this went a lot better than I thought it would. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait for next year's tournament.
Yep.
And I hope our listeners had a good time listening. So I guess that'll do for this week. And until next time, see you real soon.